Hello, everyone. Ex-Wallkill Bethelite here. And I want to talk a little bit about David Splane's speech that he gave about apostates. I haven't given my opinion on it yet. I think that any grown adult male who listened to David Splane tell them who they can and cannot speak to, what websites they can and cannot get on, is a bitch. Especially if you're black. If you are an adult black male, because we're going to bring race into this. If you are a black male, I was about to say black man, if you're a black male and you let this white guy tell you what you can read, when you can read it, what website you can and cannot get on, who you can talk to, who in your own family you can and cannot talk to, then you are a bitch nigga. You are a bitch. And as usual, I bring receipts. Look at Samuel Hurd's life story. A lot of the governing body members, when they get put in that position, they give you their life story. Samuel Hurd was living at a time where racism was a pretty big thing still. His wife would clean homes for white people. And Samuel Hurd, when it was time for him to get something to eat, he was not allowed to eat in the house with the white people. The white people would have him eat in the garage. He would eat his sandwich in the garage, and in his little article that he gave, his little life story, he was so happy. He was so happy those white people let him eat that sandwich in that garage. If you don't believe me, it's in an article. Most of the governing body members give a life story in an article. Samuel Hurd, I'll have to find it again, talked about his wife cleaning white people's houses, and that's how he made money. Okay, but then he was happy that them white people let him eat in the garage. It was such a nice garage and such a nice sandwich. That slave talk, slave mentality, where you happy to be a slave. You happy to be getting told to eat in the garage. Nigga, go eat in the garage. You happy about that. These are the type of black men we have in the Watchtower Jehovah's Witness organization. That people who are happy, adult men who are happy to get told what website they can and can't get on, who they can and can't talk to, what they can and cannot read. You remember in slavery, people, they weren't allowed to read. And if they probably could read, they probably were told what they could and couldn't. It's just easier for some black people to just stay in that same mentality. To just continue to have, let's just say it, white people tell you what to do, because that is a white ran organization. The only token black Negro they have, well, you know how he is. He gave his life story talking about how happy he was. White folk let him eat a sandwich in their garage. That's the type of Negro they let in their group. And those are the type of black men that would sit on their computer and watch David Splane tell them, and it's Texas, it's hot here, tell them who they can and who they can't talk to. I'm talking about if they son, daughter, niece, nephew, aunt, whoever is having a wedding at a church, Watchtower says you ain't allowed to go to that wedding. You ain't allowed to go to your own relative's wedding. And you talking about step and fetch it Negro that will say, yes, sir, I ain't going to that wedding then. I ain't going. My older sister, you know, she gave a lot of her story. Her father would not come to her wedding. That Negro was afraid to go to her wedding because them white folks at Watchtower told his black ass not to. And he didn't go. His own daughter got married and he didn't go. And as far as I know, it's because it was at a church. His black ass wasn't going to go because them white people told him not to. You are a bitch-made Negro if you sat there and listened to David Splane tell you who you can and can't talk to and what websites you can and can't get on. An adult male should be able to make up his own mind as to who he can talk to, and after he's had the conversation, be able to make up his own mind as to whether or not that person is telling him the truth. Watchtower is just a step away from slavery. Bethel. Look at Bethel. You got black folk working for free. Working for free and getting told what to read, when to read it, when to eat, what to eat. You cannot tell me that this ain't a step away from slavery. They get up there on that stage and read off a name. You better not talk to this person, and they don't do it. They don't do it because these are bitch-made people. I'm not talking about the kids who aren't adults yet. I'm not, because let's be honest, the majority of the young people leave. When I was at Bethel, I had a problem. I knocked heads with my racist overseer. I went above his head and told the department overseer. I was doing things about it. But you got bitch-ass Negroes that don't do nothing about Watchtower's pedophilia problem. They don't do nothing about Watchtower continuously teaching people false doctrine, 1914, all this other stuff. They don't do nothing about anything. They just, yes, sir, whatever you say, sir. I'm telling you, Watchtower has got a bunch of people who are darn near runaway slaves. Like, I mean, it's pitiful. It's pitiful. I looked at what David Splane was saying, and I'm sitting up here thinking, who the hell is he? And who the hell is going to sit here and listen to this dude tell them what they can and cannot do? Bitch-ass Negroes, that's who. I can't understand how a woman would be submissive to a bitch-made Negro. Like, what kind of woman, her head, her husbandly head, as you would say, gets told what to do by David Splane? Gets told who in his family he can and can't talk to by David Splane. These are some whole ass Negroes, I'm telling you. Comment down below, let me know what you think. But that's the truth of the matter. You can break down what in specific David Splane said and all that. I didn't even listen to all of what he said because I cut the thing off after like 3 minutes of it. I'm not going to break down what he said. I'm going to break down who listens to what he said. If you're a grown man listening to this, he looks inbred. You listening to this David Splane tell you what to do, then you a bitch. If you are African American, and we done had hundreds of years of white people telling you what to do, when to do it, you can't read, and you can't do this, and you can't do that, and you got to eat your sandwich in the garage like Samuel Hurd, and your black ass is still letting them do it. David Splane get on the damn computer screen telling your black ass who you can and can't talk to and what websites your black ass better stay away from, then you is a bitch ass nigga. It's the truth. It's the honest truth. We got to bring race into it. Anybody is a bitch listening to any adult male listening to Splane is a bitch. But especially if you black and you're mindful that you just came from hundreds of years of this. White people telling you what you can and can't do, and your black ass working pretty much for free. And these bitch ass niggas is still doing it at Bethel, working they black ass for free until they tell their asses to go. Back when I did it, I'm not trying to make an excuse, you know what I mean? Because I did butt heads. That was a dumb decision. But back when I did it, Watchtower was saying that they was the only channel. Watchtower was saying that they were speaking for God. Watchtower then came out and said, they ain't inspired. They ain't infallible. You come to Bethel, you just coming to Bethel because you working for white folks. That's why. And you working for free. I'm telling you, there's no damn difference between the mindset of a slave and the mindset of an African American Jehovah's Witness. There ain't no difference. Niggas getting told what to do. That's what it is. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Race is a part of life, and we got to bring race into it. Your black ass listening to David Splane, you's a bitch. That's all it is to it, and your wife should leave you. Your wife should leave you, and your kids shouldn't talk to you because you a bitch ass nigga. That's why. We shouldn't be worried about you shunning them. Your wife and everybody else should shun you for being a bitch ass nigga listening to some damn David Splane tell your black ass what you can and can't do. 937-789-4029. Text, call, we'll discuss it. X Wall Kill Bethelite signing out.